But the first video that we're gonna watch is from Gorgot 100, and it's called Arena of Dreams SATA Ball 2013 up until 2022. So let's start off with that.
Batch, SATA ball was just a fun little thing to toss for a bit of background prose. Since it's not part of the game, there hasn't been a need to flesh it out, until now.
Chicken satay for SATA Ball opening day? Our Gia Mumbo stops by with a few party planning tips to make sure you start your SATA Ball season off right.
All that and more on the Empire Report at 2200 SET.
The audio is terrible, honestly.
So if anyone's seen Ender's Game and the battle mode, it's pretty much that. It's in Astro Arena.
Astro Arena.
It actually is going to be 16 versus 16. You guys ready? All right.
So this was like Theaters of War before Theaters of War. You know what? I learned about SATA Ball not so long ago, honestly, like a few months ago, maybe like 6 months ago, tops. I never heard of it. Nobody ever mentioned it, and I didn't see these videos, or maybe I saw them and I was like, yeah, whatever. But yeah. Mike died. Fuck off. No, it's working. I can see that it's working. Are you fucking serious? Is it working? You're trolling me, right? Why? Can you? Yeah. If it dies, it dies, and I don't know. It's the PC. Unfortunately, it's the PC. So honestly, I never understood. I'm just like looking at the fucking peak meter, like at this point, all of the time. Okay, fuck me, dude. So it's the PC, yeah. So everything is working fine, sure. I don't know. I'm just like it's fucking annoying, but yeah. I don't understand how this is like even played. Like, what are the rules? What are these? What are these? Like, what's the point of the whole SATA Ball?
It's got a bunch of polish. There's a lot of little glitchy things. Like, for instance, it's meant to be a different color visor depending on what team you're in. And then there's going to be a lot more fine tuning on the sort of zero-G motion and animations. And you probably saw some glitches there. But I think ultimately, long term, it actually could be kind of a fun thing to do in Star Citizen besides fly spaceships.
What I've also been working on is playing around with this new mode, as some of you guys saw at PAX East, was the Astro Arena level, and how it really showcased EVA type environments and floating around and stuff like that.
Because we all know that EVA is fucking amazing in this game.
SATA Ball, which is kind of like a it's like a EVA anti-gravity, almost like I would say soccer. So it's a really cool mode where you're
I don't know, dude. Like in soccer, people don't shoot. Like they mostly don't shoot each other while like playing. So I'm not sure if it's like soccer.
Around, you're trying to move this ball around and travel and really focus on utilizing EVA and like moving off objects and floating in space and making sure you toss the ball at the right angles and everything like that to make goals. And that's kind of an ongoing thing. We're trying to make sure that it feels right and plays great and is fun. And
in the persistent universe, this is how the zero-G movement will work. This is how you can navigate without thrusters. And so it's a fun opportunity to tackle all of these challenges up front and get it feeling right. One of the things we wanted was a more realistic kind of zero-G mechanics. So we've got full-body look poses now for zero-G. So as you look around, it's not just so like twisting and looking around, which would look really unnatural in zero-G. It's actually from the tip of your head.
That ass, though. Look at that ass, though. That's fucking amazing, right?
Actually, from the tip of your head to the tip of your toes, your whole body is...
Doesn't have a head. That's common. That's usual. That's normal.
In an animation, and as you turn around, everything moves as one organism like you are, because normally in games where you have gravity, you just do it from the hip up.
All zero-G movement using the push-pull system. Yeah, it's actually really cool. We're pretty excited about some of the stuff we're working on with it. And then Chris has also been requesting just some tweaks to SATA Ball in terms of the color scheme. It looks a lot better now. And the size of the ball itself, we had it kind of as this massive beach ball thing before, and so we're scaling it down a little bit to be a little more manageable for players.
Speaking of which, we just wrapped up the Saddleball character. David Jennison and Billy Lord did a great job doing the suit and the helmet, respectively. It was the first character that we've taken from scratch all the way through our new pipelines.
So the thing that I don't understand, give me a second. The thing that I don't understand, like this was so long ago, and you guys tell me if I'm wrong. Was this like the proof of concept of EVA back in the day? Because I really don't know when you guys, because I started playing in like late 2020 or early 2021, I forgot. But did you guys have EVA back then? Or was this like the proof of concept? Because I really don't remember.
We've begun pulling in some of those external projects to reside with our internal teams. This has always been our plan. In the case of Ilphonic and Star Marine, this winding down and transitioning has been in progress as Ilphonic's part in FPS is coming to a close.
We're going to have Saddleball that will come online later on, which is sort of more a sports version, kind of futuristic version of combine basketball with American football with like
what's up, white boy?
/soccer.
Saddleball is a game within the game. We feel that the main game should take precedent over Saddleball. Once we get EVA into a state that we like it, then we'll apply that to Saddleball as a game mode. Doing it the other way around seems like putting the cart before the horse.
Number 1, Mr. Fed.
Yeah, like last year. Oh my god. So last year we saw. I think it was like during CitizenCon they like showcased the new Mobi-Glass. Is the mic working? Yeah, it is. So, whoever was like demonstrating, he got a message from somebody, and that someone said, "Sateable tonight." So they were teasing us with Sateable again, even though honestly, like, how can you tease us with something that doesn't really seem interesting at all?
Fantastic. So with this one, every time you meleeed, the arms would stretch out a little farther. That was definitely an interesting surprise.
Yeah, it gives him an unfair advantage in Saddleball.
Seriously.
See, if I was following the project and if I was invested in the project back then in 2016 and seeing all this, I will lose all the faith, honestly. I mean, I did lose my faith now, but also back then, like it's like a indie dev team that's just like trying out stuff, and they're like, oh, well, we melee and our hands get longer, and like, yeah, it's funny.
Unfair advantage in Saddleball.
It's
Seriously.
There is a Saddleball team out here, the Baker Custlers.
Oh, there's a Saddleball team. Okay, sure.
So even in the darkest parts of the UE, people still love playing Saddleball.
Question is, Chris, is it happening?
Okay, well, we will do Saddleball. It will not be for 2.6. And Saddleball would be in one of the later iterations, wouldn't be in 3.0, but the ones later, we didn't really call it out, but it is on our roadmap for sort of the Star Marine, one of the game modes. Mm-hmm. It's also something that we want to put into the universe itself. So, potentially we could even have Saddleball competitions of teams
we
want
huge arenas. You go land, part your ship, you go in, and you sort of walk in inside the big space station, and you enter the arena, and you go play against people, and have other people watching, that kind of stuff. That's what's going to be really cool. Yeah. It's almost like going to to Sunday night football.
Yeah. People wanted to know if there's any update at all on Saddleball.
Not really. To be totally honest with you guys, there's not a huge update on it, and I'll tell you why.
Who asks these questions? Like, who is interested in such a whatever game modes of the whole, like, you have Star Citizen that's supposed to be like the huge fucking universe with 100 systems, ships, like things that you can do, farming, data running, science, exploration, and all of that. And then somebody asked, like, what's happening with Sateable? Like, who fucking cares, honestly? Like, it's the same with Theaters of War, and it's even worse with this, honestly, because Theaters of War, I'm like, Who cares about Theaters of War? Because we have Star Citizen right now, and we need Star Citizen to be better so we can have that like Theaters of War experience inside Star Citizen, and we don't need Theaters of War at all. But this thing is just like kart racing or like the PTV racetrack, but before that. Honestly,
So
who cares?
It's a zero-G only thing. It's a core. It's not core gameplay at all. It is a whole different set of gameplay that only exists in that one mode. Chris will behead me if I go Shadow Ball ain't happening. That's not what I'm saying. This is not at all what I'm saying. I would love to do this. To go back to the push-pull sort of concept. You're right. That might help push-pull, or it might slow it down. I doubt you'll be holding a SATA ball. That's kind of my point, right? Is yeah, okay, maybe it'll help it, but it'll probably actually slow it down, if anything, because it's so unique in its own sense. It's not just push-pull with a weapon. No, it's push-pull with a weapon and a gun. Or with a weapon and a gun. With a ball and a gun.
I think one thing as well to reflect on is that, you know, we're talking about all of the new things that we want to add to the game, but I don't think any of us here would say that we're happy with the core gameplay, what's there right now.
Chat's already talking about making the
we are still not.
So
beautiful.
Let's
do it. Absolutely.
I'm still hoping for SATA ball. I know, Jared.
There's a community version, isn't it? What's the name? Jake, do you remember?
The what?
Oh, Shooty Ball.
Shooty Ball.
Shooty Ball's awesome.
Yeah.
SATA Ball. How popular is SATA Ball around the verse?
We've talked about there being.
Yeah, I think this is the first video that I saw it in.
All over the
that
place,
I heard about
big
it.
enough to support, you know, tens of thousands of spectators every day. We've
because we have all the Adam said, the teams blocked out. So in the stand, hopefully you'll start seeing people eventually wearing the local teams jerseys and hats and stuff.
Here we go. So we're just sort of pulling ourselves along. And if we wanted to at this point, we could stop and we could push off
Salty
against
ball,
it,
yeah.
and then we would just go floating out into space. So that's the sort of idea of what we call push-pull. And these are still blockout animations, actually. But so there'll be a lot more like nuance or fidelity to it. But so we've spent a fair amount of time and engineering on all this. But it's not just for Squadron. It's going to be, you know, it's obviously useful. But you know, the use of this.
So honestly, I think I'm not sure if I talked about this. I know that I didn't talk about this in the stream, but does this look realistic to you guys?
Ourselves along. And
The fuck is this Spider-Man shit?
And we could push off against it, and then we would just go floating.
This is not realistic at all.
That's the sort of idea of what we.
What is this?
Push.
And how is this going to work in like missions such as find and rescue or find and report, whatever they called, when you have like a destroyed caterpillar and you gotta enter it and you gotta find all the bodies? Like, how the fuck are you gonna navigate through ships in EVA with this mechanic, where you just like get stuck to the fucking walls and you like start Spider-Maning around? It's just fucking.
And these are still blockout animations, actually, but. So
And it doesn't look good. It doesn't look realistic.
Fidelity to it, but so we've spent a fair amount of time and engineering on all this, but it's not just for Squadron. It's going to be, you know, it's obviously useful, but you know, the use of this in the, you know, the PU is going to.
You gotta link that to me,
So you can see here
Sukuyumi.
we've got your message.
Yeah, I saw this and I was like, what the fuck is Satable again? And then I saw
The email
what it is and I was
client,
like,
and then on the right we've got
dude,
kind of
who
like the chip
cares?
chat that's coming in with, you know, general chip chat from the AI, which again.
What's up, Agent Luna Moon?
You guys ready?
You put it in Discord? Right, apparently Sukuyumi says it reminds him of this.
Yo, Frank, we're not sick. Yeah, we're fine, dude. Whoa.
I love
What the hell is this?
this series.
Oh, shit, I think it's hand sanitizer.
Sanitizer.
Where's it going? Frank? Why is there hand sanitizer all over the floor? Goes in here. Oh!
Frank?
Oh my god.
What the hell did you do to yourself?
I just wanna be pure. God, what are we gonna do about this?
What the fuck?